The Dunning-Kruger effect explained. Why stupid people think they are smart. Let's start this video with a story. Cosmo Kramer has recently opened a stock trading account. Earlier, he used to invest in mutual funds only. But after reading a book, he decides that he now knows all about stock trading. He is all too excited to get rich quickly by trading intraday. His friends warn him that making profits from intraday trading is extremely difficult. Kramer says, "Oh, I have done extensive research. See how I earn $5,000 every month." You can guess the end of the story. After a year of trading, Kramer's portfolio is in red with a whopping $5,000 loss. This is what the Dunning-Kruger effect looks like. A person is so intoxicated with his false sense of being extremely knowledgeable that he fails to observe his failures, the failures that scream you need more skills. If a person thinks that person is more capable than he actually is, then that's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. Let's stop here for a little while. You first need to know what a cognitive bias is. Cognitive bias is when a person thinks in a way that does not conform to how the world actually works, or that does not have any logical backbone. For example, back in the day, people used to believe that the Earth was the center of the universe, and they tried to associate natural phenomena with this wrong information. This was a cognitive bias. There can be many different kinds of cognitive bias. One such kind is the Dunning-Kruger effect. So what's this Dunning-Kruger effect all about? Back in the 1990s, David Dunning and Justin Kruger conducted a psychological study involving university graduates from Cornell University. Here's how the study worked. Each person was given an overview of the tests that he or she was to take. Dunning and Kruger informed them that the performance would be judged based on a scale of 0 to 100. Each of the participants was asked to guess their score on each of the tests. The participants take the tests, and the actual scores are revealed. The subjects of the study were given various tests pertaining to judging how humorous a joke is, logical reasoning, grammar, etc. And before each test, they were asked to predict their scores. For example, the participants were asked to take a 20-item grammar test, and interestingly, the actual test result showed those participants who estimated that their test scores would be the highest got the lowest score in reality. Here's what the graph of this effect looks like. Why do incompetent people overestimate their abilities? There are three aspects of the Dunning-Kruger effect: lack of skill in a certain domain, ignorance of this lack, overestimation of the skill. A person who lacks skill in a certain domain, let's say it's logical reasoning, will be unable to realize this incapability. According to Dunning and Kruger, this leads the person to overestimate their skill in the domain. The Dunning-Kruger effect implies that incompetent people are generally too stubborn to realize their true level of intelligence. We all have seen this effect in play during the pandemic. Incompetent people who did not have an idea of how a virus works resisted wearing masks and considered the awareness campaigns as a marketing ploy by mask sellers. They thought that they knew more than the doctors and experts. This is a combination of confirmation bias and the Dunning-Kruger effect. Smart people, on the other hand, have this insight that there can be people who are smarter and more capable than them. They also understand the fact that no matter how knowledgeable they are in a particular domain, there will always be areas for improvement. This keeps them from overestimating their abilities. How to get out of this "I am the best" syndrome? In his interview with Vox, David Dunning gave some nice tips on how not to fall into the trap of the Dunning-Kruger effect. First, he urges people to be comfortable saying, "I don't know." When a person says, "I don't know," it takes so much pressure off his mind. The person starts to judge things with a more clear mind. However, it might be too hard for a person to say, "I don't know" right away. This is why he urges people to wonder how their decision can go wrong or what the negative effects will be if the decision of a person ends up being wrong one. This mental imagery has the power to make people humble and to think with a third-person perspective. Lastly, Dunning urges people to be receptive to the opinions of others. The more information you have about something, the lesser the chance of making a wrong decision. So that's all there is to the Dunning-Kruger effect. You must know that you don't know. Now, before we end this video, Let us also warn you that being too humble or underestimating your ability a little too much can also be bad for you. Dunning-Kruger observed that those women who had more knowledge in the STEM field than their male counterparts believed that they knew less than those men. Underestimating your skills might hinder your path to success. Thus, keep in mind that there is more to know, but don't sell yourself short. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and let us know your thoughts in comments box.